So yeah, please let me know if you know what these are for or what they're from, because I really don't know, and I'm really interested to learn. And I'll get some close-up shots because the plating is beautiful. Like, these are very cool rims. In fact, this is what that really should look like from that period, and it's what I have built using the hubs from that wheel set. We have a New Departure Model A coaster brake, which was made from around 1903 to 1920, somewhere around there. So a very pretty constrained period in time. And this is what you would expect from the time. Wooden rims, and the only difference would be they would be single tube tires, which no clincher, nothing like that. They were just single tube, which were terrible, but that's what they would have had. And that is not what I have with those rims, which donated their hub so generously to what this bike should have. So that begs the question, why do I have those metal rims, which, by the way, are not the size they should be? They're not 28s. And this isn't a 28 either. This is a 700C, but it is as close as you can get mass-produced tires for in the modern day. 28, the original standard with single-tube tires, is very dead. And the 28-inch clincher standard, which is pretty similar, not very many options, and the wooden rims that were reproduction were twice as much as the 700C ones, so this is what I went with. But if we go back to our metal ones, they are just single, basically U-channel. They're not like a Westwood or anything like that, kind of more fancy profile rim you'd see. It's basically straight U-channel with a rolled over lip to catch the wire bead of the tire. So that kind of poses a few questions. If it's not 28-inch and it's not a single tube tire, what is it? And when I measure the rim diameter, it comes out to about 593 millimeters on my tape measure. Just measuring the circumference and then kind of backtracking to get the diameter. And it should either be 590 or 597. Those are two rim seat diameters that were standard at the time. And only one of those really makes sense, and that is 597, because that's English 26 by 1 1/4, but the same as Schwinn 26 by 1 3/8. But this it measures short of that, so a couple mil that way, I think that's fine. So this should be 26 by 1 3/8 Schwinn S6, something like that. But as far as I can tell, that standard really didn't become very popular until like the 50s, 60s, 70s, which is decades after this wheel set should have been made. And I haven't seen a rim with this profile either. It's also drilled for Schrader, or I guess it could be a Woods type valve. It's not Presta. And it's 36-hole drilling. They're offset spoke holes, which is very cool. The rims are pretty light for being steel and for their age. They are insanely flexible. They're totally reliant on spoke tension. In fact, those wooden rims, like that one I was just showing you, is way stiffer. There's just no box section to it. It has no like inherent stiffness to it. So this is kind of where I'm at. I just don't know what these are for, and they have the weirdest texture ever. They're like nickel plated, but they have this weird texture finish to them. And the one rim, it has like this surviving coating on the inside of the rim, and it's like this wallpaper color, ivory, and it's like very plasticky feeling. It's very slick, and you can, like, if you take a piece of metal, you can scratch it off, but I just don't know what that is. And if you look at this one too, it's kind of got this weird almost faux wood grain texture to it, to the plating. It's really strange. I don't know if that's some weird kind of corrosion or if that was some attempt to make it look like they were wooden rims. I have seen that where metal rims were painted to look like wooden ones. But I just really don't get it. Because, like I said, like this is the kind of hub that it was attached to. It's a new departure Model A. It massively predates as far as I know, the popularity of 26 by 1/3, that Schwinn standard anyway. And they're American hubs, so it can't be British 26 by 1 1/4. But that's all that makes sense. As far as I know, of the American bikes that I've seen of this time, they're all 28 or like 26 balloon tire, which is a smaller rim than this and wider. They don't look like that. So I really don't know. I've heard of like maybe like Schwinn lightweights, which is kind of an oxymoron, most of them anyway. So yeah, I really don't know. Like what is the deal with these? They're kind of a mystery. So when I bought them, I was like, oh, they're probably one of those rare clincher 28s, because they did exist. Like they're on the online bicycle museum, I saw like there's like a race cycle that he has. It has 28-inch metal clinchers. So that's what I was hoping these were. But no, they're like a 26-inch of some variety of around 593 millimeter bead seed diameter, which I measured it at. And if we can get a width on it, looks like outside to outside, it's about 28 millimeters. On the inside, about 20. Unfortunately, the rear is a little bent. As I said, these are super flexible. Like, you can bend them back. Like, that's the thing, is it's steel. It's a little bent. Oh, well. Just cinch that puppy back where it was and tension the wheel up with spokes, and you probably would never know that it was like that. But yeah, if you know what these are, please tell me. Most of my antique bike experience comes from English stuff, and I got these and was like, wow, these really remind me of the Dunlop rims that were on my 1937 Raleigh Silver Record. But these are American. They should be older. They should not be that size. But I guarantee you a 26 by 1 1/4 or ISO 597 tire would go right on this. And I would demonstrate that if I had one, but I got rid of my little stash of those. So yeah, I think this is a little artifact of history of cycling that I don't know. I'm obviously other people do, but I've trawled around on forums and stuff and looked at some old catalogs, and I didn't really see anything that came up short with this. So I thought if I could share something and maybe someone could educate me and all of us. And there's no maker's mark either. I don't know. Normally with the British stuff I'm used to, they love stamping maker's mark. Like if you had Raleigh in-house made rims, they'd stamp it on there. Or if they were Dunlop, they'd stamp it on there. No, there's not taking credit, whoever made them. And yeah, they were laced, 36 hole to those new departure hubs. And that rear one's a Model A, which is like I said, around 1900, 1920. But the front hub is like, almost looks like a blackout one, which would be like World War II. But it has silver, looks like nickel plating under the black. So maybe somebody just put black something or other on it. I don't really know. This wheel set's a real mystery to me. It could be like a hodgepodge through time, but like the spokes were just totally rotted out. Like they looked original to me. Like period looking brass nipples that were just totally seized on there. But yeah, and they cleaned up really nice, but it turned out I couldn't use them. So I'm kind of curious. I hope this mystery gets solved. 26-ish inch American rims that are clincher, like wire bead tires from around, somewhere between 1900 and 1920 theoretically.